Joining me now is the Democratic mayor from Santa Cruz, Fred Keeley. Mr. Mayor, thanks for being with us tonight here on the Hill. Your area will not help and cooperate with ICE. Tell me why.
Well, we are of the belief that the federal government cannot federalize local police. We believe there's a distinction between the federal government and local government with regard to policing. What we think is the following. They establish their priorities in law enforcement. We establish our priorities. Where those align, that's just fine. Where they don't align, we are going to pursue our high priorities.
Okay.
And however, none of that involves obstructing the federal government. It involves following our priorities.
Okay, so cannot federalize local police. I was looking at some cases in Santa Cruz, Mayor. 2022, the FBI reinvestigated a hate crime. 2008, it investigated fire bombings there. That was the FBI. I'm sure you had no problem with the FBI being involved then. Here was the mayor of Boston today about what she wants to see. I'll get your reaction on the other side.
If you wanted to make us safe, pass gun reforms. Stop cutting Medicaid. Stop cutting cancer research. Stop cutting funds for veterans. That is what will make our city safe.
Isn't there a contradiction there that you're happy to have the federal government's help, but when they want your help, you say not so fast? Is there a middle ground there at all?
Oh, well, I think the ground is this, that we cooperate when there are, for example, we had an MS-13 situation a few years ago. There was a joint federal, state, local task force for getting MS-13 out of here. No problem whatsoever. We have a shared alignment of values. But this is not a shared alignment of values, what they're doing at this point. We are not going to obstruct them, but we are going to not allow the federal government to federalize our police force.
So you say it's not shared values. I'm looking at average ICE arrests per day. President Biden, his administration was deporting on average 255 people per day, ICE was. Did President Biden not have your shared values?
Not on that issue. Not on that issue.
What about President Trump? What about President Trump at the border? Do you give him credit for Southwest border encounters dropping drastically down to 8,300 in February?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, we don't have it. The federal government is in charge of the borders, not the city of Santa Cruz. They want to secure the borders. That's their business. In the city of Santa Cruz, we'll set our priorities. The federal government can set theirs. Where they align, great. Where they don't, we're following ours.
Let me leave you with this, Mayor. There was a debate there in the halls of the Capitol today about, is it a sanctuary city? No, it's a quote-unquote welcoming city. You call yourself a sanctuary city? Do you embrace the term?
Absolutely. I think trying to come up with ways to not say what you're doing is disingenuous. We are a sanctuary city. We don't apologize for that. We also don't allow the federal government to federalize our local police department. We will not obstruct them, but let me point this out. In the 7 years that our police chief has been the police chief, not one time has ICE called him and said, we're coming to your city, we need your help. None of that has ever happened.
And if Tom Homan calls you, you're saying no go?
Pardon me, say it again? If
Tom Homan calls you, you say, nope, we're not helping.
What we say is we have our priorities and we won't obstruct yours. But we are going to follow our priorities. Home invasions, petty crime, criminal activity involving fentanyl. We have local priorities we're going to work on with our law enforcement. Federal government has other priorities. That's their business.
And so to be clear, you said that you had an MS-13 problem and you worked with the feds then. So you'll accept the help then, but not when ICE comes to you and says, help us.
It's very interesting. They've never said that to us. In 17 years of our police chief being here, he has never gotten a single call from ICE asking for help. And if they do call us, our answer is we will not obstruct you, but we have other priorities for law enforcement and public safety in the city of Santa Cruz. And we think that's a legally defensible position.
All right, got to leave it there. Fred Keeley is the mayor there in Santa Cruz. Thanks for being with us tonight here on the Hill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.